Welcome back. So far, we've met the Artemis II crew, explored their mission to the moon, and checked out the rocket that'll get them there. Now let's talk about where they'll live when they leave Earth, the Orion spacecraft. Orion is NASA's deep space crew vehicle, the astronauts' home away from home, their control room, and lifeboat for the entire journey around the moon. Behind me, you'll see the first prototype ever launched, on display here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Orion is built to handle the harshest environment humans have ever faced: extreme radiation, massive temperature swings, and deep space vacuum. Inside, Orion is packed with cutting-edge tech, from its launch abort system that can pull the crew to safety in seconds to its heat shield, the largest ever built, protecting them during re-entry at 25,000 miles per hour. And yes, there's even a toilet. Everything about Orion is designed with one goal: bringing the crew home safely. This is Artemis II, Orion, a home in deep space. Let's step inside humanity's next generation spaceship. The Orion spacecraft, like parts of the Space Launch System, has an origin that dates back decades. Originally conceived of in 2004 as part of NASA's Constellation program, the space capsule was originally known as the Multi-Purpose Crew Vehicle, NASA's so-called Apollo on steroids, that would take astronauts to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. While the Constellation program was ultimately canceled, the Orion spacecraft survived, and it flew on two uncrewed missions. First, on the Exploration Flight Test 1 mission in 2014, when a prototype launched on a Delta IV Heavy rocket. That's the one that you saw at the start of this episode.
The dawn of Orion and a new era of American space exploration.
And then again in November of 2022, when it rode an SLS rocket to the moon.
3, 2, 1, boosters in ignition. And liftoff of Artemis I. We rise together, back to the moon and beyond.
On Artemis II, Orion will carry its first crew. The astronauts have named the capsule Integrity, and it's built to be a bit more comfortable than its Apollo ancestor. Built for NASA by Lockheed Martin, the Orion capsule is a spacecraft designed to carry 4 astronauts on missions of up to 21 days long. It's a gumdrop-shaped spacecraft that is 11 feet tall and about 16.5 feet wide at its base, bigger than the mere 12.5 feet wide Apollo capsule of old. Orion is also roomier, with 316 cubic feet of living space, or about the same as 2 full-size SUVs put together. The interior has some comforts of home Apollo astronauts could only dream of. A galley with a water dispenser and food warmer to rehydrate meals. A new hygiene bay, complete with space toilet to meet astronauts' daily needs. There's even an exercise device to help astronauts stay strong and fit on their lunar voyage. Artemis II astronauts will also test a radiation shelter made of 2 large stowage lockers surrounded by dense material as shielding to add protection in case of a solar storm. And really, Orion is actually 2 vehicles in one. There is the capsule built by Lockheed Martin, and that's what houses the crew and will return them to Earth after their 10-day mission, using the largest heat shield ever built for astronauts. But Orion also has a service module built by the European Space Agency, which uses an X-wing-like set of solar arrays to power the spacecraft, and it houses the engine, propellant, and other support equipment needed to power the vehicle. That service module will be discarded ahead of re-entry to expose Orion's heat shield and prepare the capsule for landing. The heat shield, like the life support system, is one of the most important parts of Orion. It's designed to withstand temperatures of up to 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit as the capsule streaks back to Earth at Mach 32. On Artemis I, NASA found unexpected cracks in the heat shield after Orion returned to Earth. For Artemis II, mission designers have changed the spacecraft's re-entry profile to reduce the chance of those issues. After re-entry, Orion will unfurl 3 huge parachutes to slow its descent for a safe splashdown in the Pacific Ocean, where NASA's recovery ship is waiting to recover the spacecraft and its 4 astronaut crew. Every system inside this amazing spacecraft is designed with one goal in mind, and that's to bring the crew home. For Space.com, I'm Tariq Malik.
Space.com.